Ohayou gozaimasu, konnichiwa, kabanwa, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Ramps Baseball's live commentary of the DuPont Professional Baseball League. The commentary and views are our opinions and are not affiliated with the NPB, the Pacific League, Central League, or their sponsors. We are giving live English reports on the game being played and hope that English-speaking audiences around the globe can enjoy the games on YouTube and Twitch along with us. Tonight, we're going to bring to you the Hiroshima Carp. And they're going to be playing at the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. This is the second series of interleague play, and it is all locked up at 9 apiece between the two leagues right now, as each of the teams in the Central League and each of the teams in the Pacific League have won 9 games of each of the first 18 that have been played. So first of all, we're going to bring you the starting lineup for the visitors from Hiroshima. Leading off and in right field, wearing number 37, is Takeyoshi Noma. Batting second and playing second base, wearing number 33, is Ryosuke Kikuchi. Batting third in center field, wearing number 63, is Ryoma Nishikawa. In the cleanup spot and playing first base, wearing number 10, is Ryan McBroom. Batting fifth and playing third base, wearing number 31, is Shogo Sakakura. Batting sixth is the shortstop, wearing number 51, Kaido Kozono. Batting seventh and doing the designated hitting, wearing number 55, is Ryuhei Matsuyama. Batting eighth in left field, wearing number 7, is Shoto Dobayashi. And batting ninth and doing the catching, wearing number 27, is Tsubasa Aizawa. And they are going to be facing the right-hander Colin Ray, who is in his second season with the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. The former Padre is 2-2 on the season. He's worked 26 in the third innings. He's allowed 22 hits, 18 runs, 17 of which have been earned. He's walked 9 and struck out 24, and he has pitched to a tune of a 5.81 earned run average. And now the starting lineup for the home team, the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. Leading off and playing second base, wearing number 68, is Masaki Momori. Batting second and playing shortstop, wearing number 36, is Taisi Makihara. Batting third and doing the designated hitting, wearing number 9, is Yuki Yanagita. In the cleanup spot in left field, wearing number 27, is Yorizabel Graciel. Batting fifth and playing in right field, wearing at number 7, is Akira Nakamura. Batting sixth at first base, wearing number 8, is Kenji Akashi. Batting seventh in center field, wearing number 32, is Tetsuro Yadagamachi. Batting eighth at third base, wearing number 23, is Yukio Shuto. And batting ninth and doing the catching, wearing number 19, is Takuya Kai. And they are going to be facing one of the stars of the Hiroshima Carp. It's going to be Daichi Oshira. Takes to the hill. He has got a brilliant 5-1 record on the season with 59 innings pitched, 51 hits allowed, 20 runs, 19 of which have been earned. He has walked 10 and struck out 46, and he's got an ERA of 2.90. So those are your starting lineups, and Colin Ray has just completed his warm-up tosses, and this one is ready to get underway, as it'll be the top of the order coming up for the Carp. It'll be Noma, Kikuchi, and Nishikawa to get things going. We thank everybody for being here, whether you listen live or on delay. We're excited to bring series number 2 of the interleague play here in the NPB with you tonight. So here we go. Here comes the first pitch of the ball game. And Ray, who works from the stretch position with no one on, kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses inside. And the count is 1-0 to Noma. For Noma on the season, he's batting .429. He's got no homers and 3 RBIs. He's only got 35 at-bats on the season. And here comes the offering from Ray. He kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count is now 1-1. For the Carp, they are in their traditional red tops. They've got the white trim. They have the white pants with the red piping down the side. For Fukuoka, they're in their all-white uniform with the black and yellow trim. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. Ray kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined foul, just past the umpire. Almost had to do a little bit of a limbo over there at third base as that ball rocketed right by him. He was screaming right at the head of the umpire. He had to duck and then lean back. The ball was foul by about a foot and a half. Runs the count now to 1-2 on Noma. And here comes the offering from Colin Ray with the 1-2. He kicks and he fires. And it is a fastball that misses down, and the count runs to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Noma. Yesterday, the Hiroshima Carp lost to the Chibalote Marines to finish off that series. And Curry had taken the loss for the Carp in that one. Oka also was a loser yesterday. They lost to the final game of the 3-game set to the Yokohama Dana Bay Stars 5-1. As a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count still is 2-2 to Noma. So both these teams coming off a loss. Both of these clubs are in a playoff position right now. If the playoffs were to start today, we're at the 1/4 pole of the season, or just past the quarter pole. And there's a fastball that misses inside, and the count now goes to 3-2. The Hiroshima Carp are 5 games over 500. They're currently in 3rd place in the Central League, only 2.5 games behind the leader of the Tokyo Yakult Swallows. And here's the offering. It is a fastball swung on. It is chopped over to third. It is fielded on the run by the third baseman, Shudo. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Nomo on a bang play at first base. That goes as a ground out, 5-3 for out number 1. And that's going to bring up the second baseman, Ryosuke Kikuchi. To follow up on our thoughts about the standings, the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks are currently in 2nd place in the Pacific League. They're 2.5 games behind the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. There's only 2 teams in the Pacific League that are north of 500. It's Tohoku and Fukuoka. Everybody after that is looking up to the 500 mark. So Kikuchi steps up to the plate. He's hitting .286 on the season. He takes the first pitch, breaking ball outside. The count is 1-0. Kikuchi's got a homer and 13 RBIs on the year. He bats from the right side against the right-hander Kikuchi, and there's a fastball swung on. This ball's belted to left field, but it's right at Yorizabel Graciel, who hauls it in. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Ryoma Nishikawa. For Nishikawa on the season, he's hitting .298. He's got 5 homers and 30 runs batted in. The strength of the Carp this year has been their bats. The top 5 hitters in the batting order tonight are all hitting north of .286 entering tonight's game. A very top-heavy lineup. And here comes the first pitch to Nishikawa. It's a fastball swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Nishikawa. We've got Vivid Life in the house. And he is welcome tonight. And also, of course, Troy. There's a fastball that misses down and away. And the count goes to 1-1. So Vivid Life is doing his midnight shift, I'm sure. Here comes the 1-1 offering. It's a changeup that misses down, and the count is now 2-1 to Nishikawa. It's always exciting to do the interleague play, to get a chance to see some teams that we don't always get to see it. And here comes the 2-1 offering. It's a fastball swung on. It is grounded to second. It's bobbled by Memori, but he recovers. He throws to first, and that's going to retire Nishikawa on a ground out, 4-3 for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Carp, in their half of the first inning, they had no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. Through a half inning, it is the Hiroshima Carp, nothing. The Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a moment with the call. The bottom of the first inning. We're glad you guys could pop in and be here with us tonight. It is late night baseball as the Japanese League is in interleague play. Here is our friend Dave.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game. and Last Rams Baseball. This is Dave, Zero Thought Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rab sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom half of the first inning, and it is going to be coming up for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. Masaki Momori, Taisi Makihara, and Yuki Yanagita to face the right-hander Daichi Osera. Osera, as we said at the top of the stream, he is off to a sparkling start. He's got a 5-1 record. He's got a 2.90 ERA, and he has worked 59 innings and struck out 46. Maybe not the power that he's had in years past, but Osera is pretty much the rock of the rotation for the Carp, and he is taking to the hill tonight and ready to face Masaki Momori. He's working from the windup, and he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses low, and the count is 1-0. For Momori on the season, he's hitting .265. He's got 5 homers and 16 runs batted in. Right-hander against the left-hander. Osera kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that swung on and missed, and the count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. There's a lot of red in the seats tonight in Fukuoka, with the visiting team being the Carp and their red uniform being around. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to first. McBroom fields it. He bobbles it. He recovers, and he races to the bag and is able to get Momori by a couple of steps. It's going to be a ground out to 3 for out number 1 here in the bottom of the first inning, and that is going to bring up the shortstop, Taisi Makihara. As we mentioned, there's a lot of people that are in the stands that are wearing their red tops, and they do stick out in the stands for sure. So Makihara steps up to the plate. He's batting .305. He's got a homer and 12 RBIs on the season. And there's the first offering from Osera. It is a fastball swung on and grounded foul. It's past the first base coach's box, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Makihara waiting on the 0-1 pitch, and here's the delivery from Osera. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now runs even at 1-1. I would expect this game tonight to be a relatively low-scoring affair, certainly with Osera on the mound for the Hiroshima Carp. He rocks into the motion, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and the count is 1-2. Our friend Vivid Life says, I'm leaning Carp on this one, and probably a good decision. The only thing is it is a road game, and it's the first of it, and so sometimes teams that will travel into their setting at the first off might have a more challenge, or it might be more challenged in that, but really the road trips in Japan aren't that far. There's a breaking ball that misses down and in. Counts 2-2. It still is hard to play away from home. You've got a different surrounding. You got to get into a different routine. So here comes the 2-2 offering. And he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that is swung on, and it's fouled away. It hits Makihara, and out comes the trainer. And that is a foul ball that's going to hurt for sure. Vivid Life says, what are your thoughts, or are you just enjoying a good game? Yeah, I think that this game here for sure is going to be an entertaining affair. I'm curious to see how the Carp are going to match up against the Hawks. The Hawks pitching is one of the deeper staffs, not just as starters, but their bullpen is pretty solid. So curious to see how that is going to play out. Are the Carp bats going to be able to be able to battle with the Hawks pitching. They always say good pitching beats good hitting all day long. We're going to find out just how good the pitching for the Hawks are against this Carp lineup. Troy says the bats are going to be smashing. I'm not sure it'll be if it's in this one yet, because with, as we said, Daichi Osera is certainly one of those. He's got a very, very he's very good on the mound. He's able to keep the hitters off balance. Mr. Cap is in the house. He says, "Let's go Carp." So we'll find out what the Carp are going to be doing tonight. If you guys ever get a chance, this is a free plug. If you ever get a chance, go to Ebbets Field Flannels, and you can get yourself an old Hiroshima Carp style t-shirt. They're based out of Seattle, and they've got a carp that spits out baseballs. It's kind of cool. If you ever get an opportunity, that's something that you might want to check out. They've got all kinds of old baseball stuff. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. As Makihara is now ready to get back in, and he swings at it. He hits a line drive into center field. He's going to get down in front of the center fielder, Nishikawa. So Makihara, who was getting worked over there by the trainer with the magic spray, hobbles back up to the plate and lashes a fastball into center field for a base hit single, and that is going to bring up the designated hitter tonight, Yuki Yanagita. Vivid Life says, Troy Cap, a gentleman of culture. There it is. So Yanagita, the designated hitter, steps up to the plate. He's batting .261 on the season with 7 homers and 29 runs batted in. Sarah holds at the belt, and he throws over to first. Diving back in time is the base runner, Makihara. No tag was applied. So Yanagita, batting from the left side, digs in against Osera. He's waiting on the offering. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses inside. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Yanagita. Mr. Cap says, could you plug that website in the chat? I'll do that for you here in just a couple moments so you guys can check that out. Here comes the offering. It is a split finger pitch that swung on and missed. And the count now is 1-1 on Yanagita. I say it was a split finger pitch because it had all the movement to it. It might have been a 2-seamer because Osera really doesn't grip the ball wide enough to be considered a split finger pitch. At a similar type of result. So here comes the 1-1 pitch from Osera, and it's a fastball that misses inside. And the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Crowd is in good form in Fukuoka tonight. There's a decent crowd on hand. I don't know if it's a full house. There is a lot of openings in the outfield. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded through the 6-hole into left field. Yanagita's got himself a base hit. It's back-to-back singles now for the Hawks, as they've got runners on first and second with 1 away, and that's going to bring up the left fielder, Yurizabel Graciel. Just getting the Ebbets Field Flannels site up here for you. I'll pop that into the chat so that you guys can take a look at it at your leisure, of course. It's basically Ebbets.com. So Graciel steps up to the plate. He's batting .280 on the season. He's got a homer and 16 RBIs. Osera checks the runner at second base. He kicks and delivers, and there is a split finger pitch that misses low, and the count is 1-0. Osera sort of locked up straight. He wasn't impressed with that call by the home plate umpire. So here comes the 1-0 offering to Graciel. Osera checks the runner at second. And now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. They're playing in the PayPay Dome here in Fukuoka. It's a perfect night for baseball. Temperature is a balmy 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And here comes the 1-1. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. So far, Osera has not been sharp yet. He's just getting the command and the feel of his pitches. 2 balls and 1 strike to Graciel. Osera holds at the belt, checks the runner at second, and now he delivers. It's a breaking ball again down, and the count goes to 3-1 on Graciel. It was a good stop by the catcher Aizawa as he blocked that pitch in the dirt to keep it in front, but he's going to need a moment to regroup as he's walking around. It looked like it caught him in a funny spot. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Graciel. We sometimes comment about how quickly the Japanese pitchers work. Well, this is certainly not Daichi Osera, and his counterpart Colin Ray is not exactly a speed demon either. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. There's a fastball that misses down, and that is ball 4, as Graciel's got to walk to load the bases. And that's going to bring the pitching coach out for the Carp. So the bases are full of Hawks with 1 away, and Akira Nakamura will be coming to the plate. Nakamura is getting the start in right field tonight. He's hitting .266 with a homer and 19 RBIs. There was an unfortunate injury in the last week to the Hawks. Seiji Ubihashi is pretty much done for the season. He had a lower body injury, I guess is what we would call it. If I'm not mistaken, it was Achilles. And he is pretty much done for the season. That is going to shorten up the outfield for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. So Nakamura is getting the start in right field tonight. As he steps up to the plate, the bases are full of Hawks. The runner Makihara is at third, Yanagita at second, and Graciel is at first. Osera's ready to go back to work now that the conference is over. Nakamura waiting. He's got that very upright stance with slightly open, and there's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Nakamura. Osera's going to try to have to wiggle his way out of a jam here. As the right-hander with a couple of base hits and a walk finds himself in some difficulty. He needs a ground ball if he's going to get out of this here without giving up a run. So here comes the 1-0 offering. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count's now 2-0 to Nakamura. This isn't quite the start that the Carp were looking for. As we said, it's good for them to get off to a good start here in interleague play. They're 3rd place in the Central League. And here comes the 2-0 offering to Nakamura. Osera kicks and fires. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count is now 2-1. A season is really starting to separate themselves. Some teams are going to have to start going on some runs. But as we mentioned at the top of the stream, the Carp are solidly in 3rd place. It's a 3-horse race right now shaping up in the Central League. All 3 teams would make the top spot with Shinichi, Yokohama, and Hanshin missing out. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Osera holds, and now Nakamura asks for time and steps away, as he's not ready yet, or feels that Osera may have taken a little bit too much time. On the other side of the spectrum, it is going to be a dogfight, it looks like, for 3rd place, as the Cebu Lions, Oryx Buffaloes, and the Chibalote Marines are all going to battle it out for the 3rd spot. I don't see the Ham Fighters, or Nippon Ham Fighters, being able to battle for that playoff spot. There's a fastball taken at the knees by Nakamura, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Osera leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher Aizawa, and he's ready to go back to work. Here comes the 2-2 offering. He kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This is laced into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. One run is in, but they're going to hold up the runner Yanagita at third base, and it is a base hit RBI single for Nakamura. And the Hawks are on the board with the first run of the ball game, but the bases are still loaded, and the Carp are still not out of trouble yet. So Makihara scores the first run of the game, and it is now 1-0 for the Hawks. The bases are still loaded with Yanagita at third, Graciel at second, and Nakamura at first. That's going to bring up Kenji Akashi, who gets the start as the first baseman tonight. A pitch to Nakamura was sliced off the handle of the bat into left field. It just got out over the outstretched arms of the shortstop Kikuchi, and that ball got down. So here comes the offering. It is a fastball that misses down. And it's 1-0 now to Akashi. So 1 ball and no strikes. It's a beautiful day for baseball, and the PayPay Dome is open today, or they've got it slid open, so there is some wind blowing around here. Comes the 1-0 offering to Akashi. And O'Shara kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is popped up behind home plate, but it's going to reach the seats. That is going to run the count now to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Just a further note, we are going to be back on the airwaves again later today, as we will be calling the second game of this series. But then on the Sunday game, at least the Sunday game in Japan, we're going to call the Hanshin Tigers and the Chiba Lotte Marines. But we will be back again later today, again with the second game of this matchup. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is to Kenji Akashi, and here comes the offering from Osera. He kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses down. The count is now 2-1. They're really going to take the sting out of the pitcher here. This is going to be pitch number 27 of the inning. The Hawks have really done well to work the count. And the test in this one, at least in my mind, will be is when they get to the bullpen of the Carp, what that's going to look like. My advantage would be to the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. And here comes the pitch from Osera. It's a fastball that misses outside. And now the count's 3-1. There's nowhere to put Akashi with the bases loaded here. It was a good job by the catcher Aizawa to frame that pitch, but he just couldn't get the call for his pitcher. I really like the way that Akashi receives the ball, but not in this particular instance that he get the strike. So here comes the 3-1 offering. Osera kicks and he fires. It is a fastball that misses inside, and that is going to be ball 4. Akashi's going to get himself an RBI. That's going to walk everybody up a base as Yanagita has scored. Graciel goes to third, and Nakamura is advanced over to second with the walk to Akashi, and that's going to bring up the center fielder Tetsuro Yanagamachi. So the Carp have got themselves in some early trouble, and we've got another conference on the mound. As this time the entire defense is in to have conversation with their pitcher, give them some words of encouragement. So Sarah struggling here in the first inning. And the Hawks are flapping their wings as they're up 2-0. If you would have asked me before this game started, I would have said it would have been a fairly low-scoring game. I would not have expected the runs to come here, and the floodgates are about to open as it is bases loaded and 1 out, and it's a first pitch breaking ball swung on. It is grounded through the 4-hole into right field. 1 run is in. Graciel has scored, but they're going to hold the runner up at third as it is still going to be the bases loaded. So Yanagamachi has an RBI single. The Hawks are still flapping their wings. Akashi goes to second. Nakamura goes to third. Graciel scores. It is now 3-0 for the Hawks. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Yukio Shudo. For Shudo on the season, he's only got a couple at bats. He's 1 for 2. He's batting .500 in that small sample size. The corners are in for the Carp. The middle is in double play depth. Shudo steps to the plate here where he's got a chance to really blow this game apart here in the first inning. So 3 runs are on the board. Here's the first pitch to Shudo. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. Shudo is another left-handed hitter in the Carp lineup tonight. His young, adoring fans are cheering him on in the stands. Here comes the offering to Shudo. Sarah kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It is lifted down the left field line. Racing over is the shortstop. And that is going to get into the seats as it is caught by a young fan in the front row. It is Kazono racing over, and the young Carp fan makes the catch. But I don't think he was really happy with the look that he gave that fan, as it was potential that he could have caught that ball. But the young Carp fan comes away with a souvenir. That is certainly one that maybe the shortstop Kazono would like to have back. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Shudo. Sarah gets ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Shudo. Sarah checks the side from Aizawa. He nods his head. He's ready to go to work. He holds at the belt. And now he kicks and he fires. It's a fastball swung on. It is grounded to third. They come home for 1, but they don't have a chance to go back to first. It's going to be a fielder's choice. So Shudo is safe at first base. It's going to erase Nakamura at the plate. That's going to go down as a fielder's choice, 5-2. He has gone for the second out of the inning. And everybody else moves up a base, as Akashi is now at third. Yanagamachi is now at second. Shudo the runner at first, and Takuya Kai coming to the plate. So it's still 3-0 here for the Hawks. They're looking for more, but that was a nice play by the third baseman, Shogo Sakakura, to field the ball and get it home for the fielder's choice. And now that brings up Takuya Kai. Kai on the season is batting .179. He's got no homers and 9 runs batted in. He's hitting from the right side against the right-hander Osera, and the first pitch is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Be curious to see how long that Osera is going to stick around here after this first inning. So here comes the 1-0 pitch to Kai. Osera holds at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses in, and the count is now 2-0. Getting ahead in the count has been a challenge so far tonight for the right-hander. Falling behind, too many pitches that are off the outside corner, not able to get the command and feel of his pitches. And then when he has to throw a strike, the Hawks have been right on it. So here we go. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. There's a off-speed pitch that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 3-0. So again, nowhere to put Takuya Kai, as there's 3 balls and no strikes. This is going to be the 37th pitch of the inning for Daichi Osera. I go back and take a look at last night's ball game. One thing that will be of interest is what the situation was. How many pitchers did they have to go to out of their bullpen? Are they rested? Are they not rested? And there's a fastball that's taken for a called strike. Count is now 3-1. Last night they lost to Chiba 6-3. The bullpen, they used Yabuda, Turley, Matsumoto, and Kemna. As Aaron Curry did not get through the 5th inning. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Kai. And there's an old saying sometimes you got to lose a game to win two, depending upon how you're managing your arms. But certainly in a situation like this, it would have been good for Osara to come out and give a good, strong, solid start for the Carp. Here comes the 3-1 offering. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's fouled straight back into the seats, and the count is now 3-2 to Kai. The runners are going to be on the move here with the full count to Kai and 2 away. A base hit here, one would think, would score at least 2 runs, and if not more. The crowd is in a festive spirit, and why wouldn't they be with a 3-0 lead? Takuya Kai digs himself in, ready to face the offering from Daichi Osara. Osara holds at the belt. Now he kicks, and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And Takuya Kai is down on strikes for out number 3, but there was a lot of damage done here in the first inning by the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. They scored 3 runs in the inning. There were 4 hits. There was no errors, and 3 runners left the board. We're through 1 complete. It's the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 3, the Hiroshima Carp. Nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment with the call. At the top of the second inning, we're glad you guys could pop in and be here with us tonight. Whether you're working or whether you're listening on delay, we appreciate you all being here. Here's our friend Steve Rademacher.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPG baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of our channel. And in return, we like to support Steve Rademacher. We are now moving to the top of the second inning. It is a 3-0 scoreline for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks over the Hiroshima Carp. To bat for the Carp and their half of the inning, it's going to be the heart of the batting order. Ryan McBroom, Shogo Sakakura, and Kaito Kozono to face the right-hander Colin Ray as he is completing his warm-up tosses. It's always what I say interesting to note when the pitchers come back out after a long inning, see how they do, and it's important for a team to put up a 0. And that is what Colin Ray is going to be looking to do as he faces McBroom here. McBroom on the season's batting .292. He's got 6 homers and 29 RBIs, and he takes a first pitch fastball for a called strike. The count is 0-1. McBroom is in his first season with the Carp. He came over from the Kansas City Royals organization as he spent time with them at the big league level last year. And here's the 0-1 offering from Ray. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats over on the first base side of home plate. The count now is quickly 0-2. I remember McBroom, but I don't remember seeing him play in the big leagues. But he's a solid package. He gets the start at first base tonight. There's a big fella waiting on the offering from Ray, and there's a fastball that misses outside. And the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ryan McBroom. Right-hander against the right-hander. Ray ready to deliver, and it's a fastball that misses down. The count now goes to 2-2. Just as Osara had himself a rather labored first inning as he threw nearly 40 pitches, Colin Ray had a bit of a walk in the park in his first inning. He only offered 13 up to retire the side in order. So here comes the 2-2 offering. There was a breaking ball swung on and missed. And McBroom is gone on strikes for out number One here in the second inning, one up and one away, and that's going to bring up Shogo Sakakura. For Sakakura on the season, he's off to a fine start. He's batting .305. He's got 3 homers and 28 runs batted in. So he steps to the plate, ready to face the right-hander Colin Ray. Right-hander against the left-hander, and the first pitch is a fastball that misses inside. And the count is 1-0 to Sakakura. We will give you updates from around the NPB a little later as the scores start to filter in. Is a second round of interleague plays, which begins tonight as that fastball is taken on the outside corner for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. Are some scores that are now filtering in as the Yakult Swallows and the Fukuoka Golden Eagles are tied at 1 through the first. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 2-1 to Sakakura. Ray ready to go back to work. He delivers a fastball. This is swung on. It's lifted foul into the seats behind home plate. The count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Sakakura. Said will be a quick turnaround on this one as we'll bring game 2 of the series between the Hawks and the Carp later today. There's a fastball that misses inside, and the count is 3-2. It'll be 2 o'clock Japan time or 10 p.m. on the Pacific coast of the United States and Canada. Here's the 3-2 pitch. There's a fastball swung on. It's going to reach the seats down the third base side. That's going to keep the count at 3-2 to Sakakura. There was some stirring in the Carp bullpen as they were starting to get one of the pitchers loosened up, and we may not see Osera for very long here. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep left center field. Moving back onto the warning track is the center fielder Yanagamachi, and he's going to make the grab. And that is going to do it for Sakakura. That's going to be a fly out to center field for out number 2. And that is going to bring up the shortstop Kaito Kazono. For Kazono on the season, he's hitting .245. He's got a couple of homers and 20 RBIs. The Carp can put up runs on the board. And he has been a part of this as well, as he's got a number of RBIs to his name already. So here's the first pitch from Ray. It's a fastball swung on, and it is grounded up the middle. That's going to be the first hit of the ball game for the Carp. Kazono's got himself a 2-out single. And that is going to bring up Ryuhei Matsuyama. So Kazono with a 2-out single right past the diving glove by the way of the second baseman Momori. Momori was playing a little bit more into the 4-hole. And that ball was grounded up the middle as he went hard to his right. Momori laid out for the ball, but it just got past him. It was a good effort by the second baseman on the carpet, but unable to come up with it. And here comes the DH tonight, Ryuhei Matsuyama. And here comes the first offering from Colin Ray. He kicks and fires. It is a changeup that misses down. The count is 1-0. For Matsuyama on the season, he's hitting .225. He's got no homers and 4 RBIs. There are not a lot of players at the major league level or at the professional level that wear glasses when they come to hit. I say glasses as in prescription, not the sunglasses. As there's the fastball that misses down, and the count is 2-0 to Matsuyama. But Matsuyama is one of those. He's got himself some prescription lenses or prescription glasses in which to use to hit. Hitters with bad eyesight are not very often seen, no pun intended, in the major leagues or in the NPB for that matter. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Colin Ray kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is now 3-0. The wind has picked up a little bit. You can see the players' jerseys are blowing around a bit. The flags underneath are blowing quite a bit for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks as the dome is open today. There's the 3-0 pitch. It's a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count is now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Matsuyama. And this time, Colin Ray fires over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner Kazono. Colin Ray came over to Japan last year, and he pitched for the Hawks, but he left early. There was thoughts that possibly he was a short stint in Japan. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep center field. Yanagamachi drifts to his right, and he makes the catch. And that is going to do it for out number 3, but the Carp didn't get a hit. First of the ball game, there was no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left the board. We're through 1.5. It is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 3, the Hiroshima Carp nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments for the bottom of the second inning. Glad you guys could be here. Here is our friend Steve again.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher, and if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day. And there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Appreciate you, Steve. And we are moving to the bottom of the second inning, as it is going to be the top of the order coming up for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. Momori, Makihara, and Yanagita to face the right-hander Daichi Osera. He's coming back out for his second inning of work. It was 3 runs in the first inning that got it all going, and it was off of 4 hits and a couple of walks mixed in that have put the Hawks out to a 3-0 lead. Sarah's ready to go back to work, and it's the top of the order ready to face him. And here comes the first offering. It's a fastball that is check swing swung on and fouled away by Momori, and the count is quickly 0-1. Momori grounded out to the first baseman his first time up. He was one of the 3 hitters in the inning that weren't able to find a way on base. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-1 to Momori. It was 39 pitches in that first inning for Osera. As we said, it'll be interesting to see how far he'll be able to manage here. And there's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-2. Traditionally, in Japan, it's not uncommon to see pitchers go well over 100 pitches in outings, or starters can do that. And so with the bullpen being used the last couple of days, might be something that they're going to ask Osera to do. And there is a split finger pitch that is swung on and missed. And Momori is retired for the first out of the inning, the second time today. And that is going to bring up Taisi Makihara. Makihara tonight is 1 for 1. He singled and scored a run his first time up. He fouled that pitch off of his kneecap, or just below his kneecap. He came out with the magic spray, and whatever was in the magic spray, it worked. He's been able to raise his season average up to 311, and here's the first offering from Osera. It's a split finger pitch swung on and missed. Count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Makihara. Makihara has a very similar stance to Akira Nakamura, as he is very upright, stands slightly open. He's on his toe on the stride foot. There is a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count now is 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Makihara. Rocking into the motion is Osera. He kicks and delivers. It is a split finger pitch that swung on and missed. It is blocked by the catcher Aizawa. He throws over to first, and that is going to retire Makihara. As Makihara is standing there talking to the home plate umpire, the home plate umpire has his mask off. And Makihara is now walking back to the dugout. I don't think that he felt that particular pitch as he fouls it off. I don't think he thinks that he touched it. And I think based on the replay, I think Makihara thinks he'd fouled it off. The home plate umpire doesn't believe it, and I think the home plate umpire is right. Makihara waved at that pitch. He thought he fouled it off, but indeed he did not. It was a nice play. That's going to go down as a strikeout, 2-3 for the first out. And that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Yuki Yanagita. Yanagita swings at the first offering and misses, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Yanagita. Osera back to work quickly, and he delivers a fastball. It's grounded softly to short. It's fielded neatly by the shortstop, Kazono. He fires to first, and that is going to do it here in the second inning as the Hawks go quietly 1-2-3. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 2 complete. It is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 3, the Hiroshima Carp nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the top of the third inning in just a couple moments. Here again is our friend, Steve Rademacher.
Domo arigato. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm new at this. Thank you for watching Last Raps Baseball. Tell all your friends and family to come check him out, ask some questions during the telecast, and give him a good sub and a thumbs up. And this is Steve coming back at you, and some new things on my channel. Star Wars figures that everybody likes. We have Mad magazines from the 1970s. We try to avoid the Noid. And for your pleasure, once in a while, we can open up Michael Jackson if you want, the cards. We have Elvis. We have Sadahar O. We love everything that is everything, so we even have the Beatles fighting with lightsabers. Look at that, John and George. Once in a while, we'll even have my brother take over my channel on a Tuesday. So once again, everybody tell your friends, come see Freddie at Last Raps Baseball. And right now, I'm going to kick it right back to you, Freddie.
Appreciate you, Steve. We are moving to the top of the third inning. It is going to be coming up for the Hiroshima Carp, the 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the order. Shota Dobayashi, Tsubasa Aizawa, and the top of the order, Takeyoshi Noma, are coming up to face the right-hander Colin Ray. And here we are back to the live action as Ray kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed. And the count is 0-1. For Shota Dobayashi on the season, he's batting .276. He's got 3 homers and 8 RBIs. Digs himself in, ready on the 0-1 offering from Ray. It is a fastball that catches the inside corner, and the count is now 0-2 to Dobayashi. Dobayashi is getting the nod in left field tonight. He has played some infield. He's played some first base and different spots for the Carp in years past. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Dobayashi. Ray ready to offer again. There's a fastball that swung on and missed. And that is Kyer Dobayashi on strikes for out number 1. 1 up and 1 away, and that is going to bring up Tsubasa Aizawa. For Aizawa, he is batting .207. He's got no homers and 14 RBIs. I've not seen a lot of Aizawa in the past, but I can say in the first couple innings of work, I really like the way that he handles receiving the ball behind the plate. And there's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Aizawa bats from the right side against the right-hander Colin Ray. He waggles the bat, and here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-1. Ray gets the side from his catcher, Kai, and he delivers a fastball that swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Aizawa. Aizawa way out in front of that pitch a little bit there and spun him into the ground. Pitch was a one that was at the knees. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is, and here comes the offering from Colin Ray. He kicks and he fires. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into right field. Moving over underneath it is the right fielder Nakamura, and he's going to make the grab. And that is going to retire Aizawa for the second out of the inning. So 2 Carp up and 2 Carp away. That's going to bring up the top of the order, Takeyoshi Noma. For Noma tonight, he is 0 for 1. He grounded to the third baseman his first time up. Another left-handed stick in the Carp lineup. His average has slipped to .417 on the season. He's got no homers and 3 RBIs. And here's the first pitch from Ray. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Very impressed with Colin Ray today on the mound. He's pounding his zone. He's throwing strikes. The San Diego Padre, as he swings at a pitch and fouls it off, does Noma, and the count is now 0-2. That one reaches the seats behind home plate. Colin Ray began his big league career in 2015 with San Diego, and then he had stops in Miami, the Cubs, and the Brewers. There was a fastball swung on. This ball is looped over to the second baseman, and it is fielded on a short hop as he throws on the run. It's over the head of the first baseman. It's going to be an infield single for Noma. The ball ended up going all the way to the stands. It was a bit of a jam job, and the second baseman had to move, and that's Momori, had to move to his right to get it. He took it on the short hop, and then he threw it over top of the head of the first baseman. No error will be charged on the play as Noma will reach first safely. But that had disaster written all over it, as it looked like it could have been maybe at an extra base there on an error on the overthrow. But instead, it was backed up well by the catcher Takuya Kai. Bring his umpire Ryosuke Kikuchi, who's 0 for 1 today. He's flown to left field his first time up. Colin Ray throws over to first, and getting back in time is the base runner Noma. Noma's got 1 stolen base on the season, but he's got a healthy lead. He's got 1 foot on the turf, 1 on the dirt. Ray holds at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that is taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 on Kikuchi. We think of some of the unique rules that may be in the Japanese league. One of the rules is that you've got to hold the ball for at least 3 seconds in the set position. Well, I don't know if that is always enforced or not, but that is one of the rules that's in their rule book. And there is a breaking ball that misses down and away. Count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Kikuchi. And here comes the offering. It is a breaking ball. It's down. Off to second goes the runner, and the throw down to second is in time. And that is going to retire Noma. We're going to have a look at this before they go. It looks like that the manager wants to have a look. It was a great play by Takuya Kai. He had to backhand the ball in the dirt. He had to come up throwing, and then it was a short hop into second base. And we're going to find out if they're going to overturn this or not. But Noma is going to hang out at second base. They're going to make a decision here, so we'll see what happens. We're going to get the replay. Nice job by Kai to backhand the ball in the dirt. He fires it down to second. The angle that we saw there is inconclusive. We got a better angle coming up here. And I think this one's going to be overturned. And I'd be shocked if they take much more time than this. I think Noma has beaten the throw. The tag was high. In the old days, that would have been an easy safe call because the ball was a high tag on the base runner. He applied the tag up around the hip area. The throw's got to be a little bit better on the money, but I think Noma is going to be safe at second. But we'll wait until they come back with the information for us here. The second baseman, Momori, had to get to the base to receive the throw. And he applies the tag, so let's see what's going to happen here. Not sure what the umpires are taking so long for. Sometimes it's really, really difficult. If you can't make the call on a replay within a minute, as far as I'm concerned, then it's inconclusive. And you got to keep carrying on. There's nothing worse than having to break it up. The pitcher has got to wait. He's there throwing and playing catch right now with Takuya Kai to try to keep loose. They've got multiple angles in which to look at this. A kind of cool angle is almost like a 5D angle. They rotate around, and here comes and they are going to call him out. So I'm incorrect on that one. We have been incorrect before. That's going to be caught stealing. To me, that's a home cooking call. It's going to go down as 2-4 for the third out of the inning. The Carp here, unfortunately, they get worked out of an out. There was no runs in the inning. There was one hit. There were no errors and nobody left the board. We are now through 2.5 innings. It is 3-0 for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. We'll be back in just a moment after this. We appreciate you guys being here. Here is our friend Steve again.
Hello, friends. Steve coming back at you, a clean-shaven Steve. Thank you for watching Last Raps Baseball. And please continue to support my channel among others, like Another Hollis Build. Awesome commercial. And now I'll show you a few more things that we do have. We have toys, like this bobblehead Star Wars on wheels. We have Noids. We can't keep avoiding them forever. We do have Legos. Love my Legos. We have Origami Folder. Check him out. He's new into this, getting started, has good following already. We have Red Beard Breaks. And we also have these things that, in a pinch, will tell you what your temperature is. So, if you like all of this, and if you like Last Raps Baseball, join all of us. We'd love to have you. And I know you would enjoy us. Thank you, peace, good night, and cheers.
Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the heart of the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawk batting order coming up to face Daichi Osera here in the third inning. That means it's going to be Yorizabel Graciel, Akira Nakamura, and Kenji Akashi. So 4, 5, and 6 in the Hawks batting order. A beautiful day for baseball in Fukuoka, as the dome is open, the wind is blowing, and there's a first pitch breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0 to Graciel. Graciel walked his first time up and scored a run. He's slowly raised his average to 280 on the season. He has not had the power or shown the power that he's had in recent years. We commented in the Pacific League that the power numbers are down across the league. There's a fastball swung on it, is popped up in the infield. It's on the right side, it's playable. Camping out underneath it is McBroom. He makes the catch. That is going to retire Graciel, and he is the first out of the inning. 1 up and 1 away. This can bring up Akira Nakamura. For Nakamura, he is 1 for 1 tonight. He has singled and knocked a run in. He was erased on a fielder's choice, 5-2, as he was the second out of the inning. The Hawks had a chance to really blow that game apart with the bases loaded and only 1 out. They failed to add more runs onto the board. There's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0 to Nakamura. So 1 ball and no strikes. Walking into the motion and kicking and delivering is Osera. There's a fastball that misses up, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Osera working from the windup. Here's the 2-0 offering. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and it's now 2-1 to Nakamura. And the Hawks lineup is definitely a dangerous lineup. Both of these two teams have swung the bat pretty well this year in the respective divisions that they're the leagues that they play in. Here comes the offering from Osera. It's fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count now is 2-2. For the Carp, they have a team batting average of .263. That is tops in the Central League. You've also scored 210 runs. They've got the most, I would say, the highest octane offense in the Central League as well. There's a breaking ball that misses down and in. Count is now 3-2 to Nakamura. Fukuoka, they too also have one of the best offenses. They are leading the Pacific League with a .262 batting average. And here's the offering from Osera. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats. It's going to keep the count at 3-2 to Nakamura. But unlike their counterpart, they have 184 runs scored, which is the most in the Pacific League. But that is a 26-run difference to that of the Carp. Now, mind you, the Carp have played 3 more games. Here's the 3-2 offering. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded through the 4-hole into right field. It's going to be a base hit for Nakamura with 1 out here. And he is aboard, and that's going to bring up Kenji Akashi. The overall pitching edge probably goes slightly to the Hawks. There's not much to look at differently between these two teams on the mound. If the Carp were in the Pacific League, I would have to say they probably would be battling for the top spot. Just as they are in the Central League, no real difference. So, runner at first is Nakamura. It is Akashi stepping up to the plate. And the first pitch to Akashi is a fastball that he takes for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Akashi is 0 for 0. He walked his first time up, but he was credited with a run batted in as he was walked with the bases loaded. He chokes up slightly off the end of the bat. And here's the offering from Osera. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Akashi. Akashi waggles the bat, waiting on the offering from Osera, but instead Osera steps off the back and fakes the throw to first base. Easily getting back in time as the base runner, Nakamura. So Osera holds at the belt. And now he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It's lined right back to the pitcher. He makes the catch. He flips it over to first base. It's going to be a double play as Nakamura was on the run. And that is going to be the inning-ending double play. So he gets a break, does the pitcher. So that is a line drive double play, 1-3. And that will do it here for the Hawks in their half of the 3rd inning. There was no runs on 1 hit. There was no errors and nobody left the board. We are now through 3 complete innings. It is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks, the Hiroshima Carp, 3-0 is our score. We'll be back in just a moment after this from our friend Matt.
Well, you got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play. But you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just 1 roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Be sure to go check out Matt Hollis's channel after the game. That's another Hollis build. We appreciate you and your support of our channel, Matt. We'll be back in just a moment after this. Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the top of the fourth inning. It is going to be coming up to bat the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the Carp lineup. That means it's going to be Ryosuke Kikuchi, Ryoma Nishikawa, and Ryan McBroom to face the right-hander Colin Ray. And Ray is ready to get things going here, and the first offering is a breaking ball that misses down and away to Kikuchi, and the count is 1-0. Kikuchi was up to bat against the right-hander Ray in the last inning, as he was at the plate when Noma was thrown out trying to steal second. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Kikuchi. Ray holds at the belt. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Kikuchi. Ray rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count now goes to 2-2. There's a lot of real estate in foul territory behind home plate here. The Pepe Bodom in Fukuoka. There's a fastball that swung on, and it's grounded foul down the left field line. It's going to keep the count at 2-2. But once you get to about maybe 30 feet behind the third base bag, it really narrows off. There's not a lot of real estate between the foul line and the stands when you get into the outfield area. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It's grounded to short. It's fielded neatly by the shortstop Makihara. He throws to first, and Kikuchi is retired on a ground out 6-3 for out number 1. And that is going to bring up the center fielder Ryoma Nishikawa. We're just commenting on the dimensions. The other thing is that the outfield dimensions, the way it looks is, it's, as we say, it's very narrow down the line. So if a ball is being lifted down the foul lines, there's not a lot of real estate in which to be able to go beyond the foul lines to catch it. So Nishikawa steps to the plate. His average has slipped to 296. He's 0 for 1 tonight. The first pitch fastball he swings at, and he fouls it off. It comes right up and hits him in the chest. And the count is 0-1. That was kind of weird. He had reached out for the pitch and chopped it into the ground, and it came right up and bounced into his chest. Something I've not seen, that's for sure. We've seen it off the legs, off the shins, off all the different spots, parts of the lower half. But rarely do you get one that bounces right up into the chest. And there's a fastball that swung on and missed. And the count is now 0-2 to Nishikawa. Ray ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball taken for a called third strike. Nishikawa stood there like the house by the side of the road and watched it go by for out number 2. It's the third strikeout of the ball game for Colin Ray as Nishikawa is erased. That is going to bring up the first baseman, Ryan McBroom. For McBroom on the evening, he is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. The right-handed hitting McBroom waiting on the offering from Ray. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. McBroom's averages slipped to 290. He's got those 6 homers and 29 runs batted in. And here comes the pitch from Ray. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. We can't say that McBroom has been brought in to replace Seiya Suzuki defensively, but his bat has definitely played out. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded softly to short. It is fielded neatly by Makihara. He throws to first, and that is going to do it. It's a ground out 6-3 for out number 3 here in the 4th inning. As Brick Broom is erased. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We are now moving to the bottom of the 4th inning. It is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 3, the Hiroshima Carp nothing. Stick around, everyone. We'll be back in a couple minutes after this Japanese Hall of Fame memory. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to take a quick peek at the out-of-town scoreboard. It is in the top of the 5th inning. It is the Yokohama Da Bay Stars all knotted up at zeros with the Saitama Cebu Lions. The Murray Giants are playing the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters. It's 2-0 for the Nippon Ham Fighters, and that is in the top of the 5th inning. We'll continue as we get back to the live action. There's a first pitch delivered to the hitter Tetsuro Yanagamachi. Takes it for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So Yanagamachi, Shudo, and Kai here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And Yanagamachi takes a fastball for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. So 7, 8, and 9 in the batting order here for the Hawks in their half of the 4th inning. Well, Sarah ready to go back to work. He kicks and he fires. There's a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-2. We'll continue with those out-of-town scores as the Hanshin Tigers and Chibolote Marines are knotted up at 0 in the top of the 5th. Here comes the offering from Osara. It's a breaking ball swung on. It's tapped back to the pitcher. Osara fields it. He throws to first. That's going to go as a ground out 1-3 for out number 1 here in the 4th inning. Other scores, the Tokyo Yakult Swallows have a 6-1 lead now over the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. They jumped on the Eagles with 4 in the 2nd inning. They've added 1 in the top of the 4th. 6-1 right now, Swallows over Eagles. And the other game out of town, it is the Chinichi Dragons. They've scored a couple of runs in the top of the 4th inning. They have a 2-0 lead over the Oryx Buffaloes. That game is being played in Osaka. And there's a first pitch breaking ball that it was attempted to bunt on by Shudo, but he bunts it foul. And the count is 0-1. For Yukio Shudo tonight, he is 0-1. He bounced into a fielder's choice his first time up. He is now 1-3 on the early going on the season. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded right to McBroom at first. He fields it. He steps on the bag. And that is going to retire Shudo. That goes as a ground out to 3 for out number 2. And that is going to bring up the catcher, Takuya Kai. So 2 up and 2 quick outs here in the 4th inning. Takuya Kai steps to the dish. Daichi Osara ready to go back to work after that rocky first inning. It's been pretty much business as usual for the Carp right-hander. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. I would still be surprised if he went more than 6 innings tonight. But the Hawks are doing their part in trying to help keep him in the ballgame after that big first inning. And there is a breaking ball that is swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1-1 on Kai. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Sarah ready to go back to work. He rocks into the motion and kicks and delivers. It's another breaking ball swung on and missed. And Takuya Kai is in the hole at 1-2. The word I would use to describe this at bat by Kai against Osera is overmatched. Osera is just toying with him here. The breaking balls he's not been able to do anything with. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. And here's the offering. It is a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats down the right field line. It's going to run the count now or keep the count at 1-2. If I'm Osera, I come right back to that breaking ball again, because that's what had tied up Takuya Kai. Osera rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. It's another fastball, but this one was under the hands. It's fouled away. It's going to keep the count at 1-2. Kai did a fairly decent job of really keeping his hands in sides to fight that one off. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kai. The Hawks catcher digs in, and here comes the offering from Osera, who rocks into the motion, and there's a split finger pitch that misses down. The count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kai waggles the bat, and he's waiting on the offering from Osera, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball's belted down the left field line. It's into the corner. It's going to be extra bases. Rounding first and digging for 2 is Kai. Bobbling the ball is Dobayashi, but he picks it up and fires it in. But the slow-footed Kai is going to cruise in with a double. No further damage there. So he's got himself a 2-out double, and that's going to bring up the top of the order, Masaki Momori. A little surprised that they went away from the breaking ball. They really had Kai looking sick on a couple of the breaking balls to put him on the hole at 1-2. I'd like the idea that they went to a fastball to try to mess up his timing a bit, but I would have went back to that bread and butter of the breaking ball that Kai missed on. And instead he makes him pay as he's able to turn on the inside fastball and hammer it down the left field line. So Kai is the runner at second. And Masaki Momori steps to the plate, who is 0 for 2 tonight. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0 to Momori. Momori has grounded out to first, and he has struck out in his 2 trips to the plate. His average has slipped to 262 on the season. So here comes the 1-0 offering to Momori. Sarah delivers. It's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Momori waiting on the pitch from Osera. There's a breaking ball swung on it, missed. And the count now goes to 2-1. If you get an opportunity, check out our community page. We always have different polls and different things that are around. And we've asked you who your opinion is for the American League Rookie of the Year in our latest poll. There's a lot of rookies off to good starts in the American League over in North American baseball. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is to Momori, and he takes a breaking ball down, and the count now goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Momori ready to go back to work facing the right-hander Osera. He's got himself dug in, and now he's waiting on the 3-1 offering. Now Osera holds at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. And that is going to be ball 4, and Mamori's got himself a walk, and that is going to bring up the shortstop, Taisi Makihara. So Sarah, again, getting himself into some trouble. There is some action in the Carp bullpen. We can't get an update on who that is yet. But it looks like there is at least some stretching out going on. So everything now has happened with 2 outs. It's the double by Kai and the walk by Mamori. And that brings up Taisi Makihara to the plate, who is 1 for 2. He singled and scored a run back in the first. He struck out and was thrown out. And he thought he had foul tipped the pitch. The home plate umpire had thought otherwise, and he was absolutely correct. So Makihara steps in. And now Sarah ready to go to work. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. And the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. As we said, we're the first 2 games of this series to everybody. It'll be a quick, as we'll be back on the airwaves at 10 p.m. Pacific time or 1 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. And here comes the pitch. And there's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to right field. This ball is going to be off the wall. It's played on 1 hop by the right fielder, Noma, who fires it in. Takuya Kai is going to score. And that is going to increase the 4-0. That was absolutely blistered off the bat of Makihara. He's got himself a double and an RBI. Mamori advances over to third. And that is going to score Takuya Kai from second base. But that ball was absolutely smashed. And that is going to extend the lead to 4-0. Nice by the right field, by the way. Noma, he took the ball off of the fence on 1 hop and was able to wheel it and turn it in. But a great swing there by Makihara. It was an absolute bullet right down the line. He didn't miss a home run by much. If that ball would have been elevated by another 5 or 6 feet, it would have cleared the fence. Ball was hit hard and it was drilled in a hurry. So that brings up Yuki Yanagita to the plate. And the first pitch to Yanagita is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. The count is 0-1. Yanagita is a very dangerous hitter. He's batting .264 on the season. He's got 7 homers and 29 RBIs. He's 1 for 2 in the ballgame tonight. He has singled and grounded to short. So here comes the 1 strike offering to Yanagita. Sarah kicks and he fires. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed. That runs the count now to 0-2. The crowd is definitely in a festive spirit now in Fukuoka. They've got their thunder sticks out. They're making waves. They're making a lot of noise. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It was in on the hands of Yanagita. He did a good job of fighting it off and flicking it over the third base dugout. So no balls and 2 strikes to Yanagita. Sarah holds at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that is swung on and grounded foul. Just past the first base coach's box, and that's going to keep the count at 0-2. Balls and 2 strikes. Yanagita waggles the bat. He's waiting on the offering from Osera. Here we go. And it is Osera kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is popped up over on the third base side, but it is going to reach the temporary seating. And that is going to keep the count at 0-2. The third baseman, Sakakura, had run over this time, as did the shortstop, Kazono, but nobody could get there in time. So 2 strikes it is to the hitter Yanagita, and here comes the offering from Osera. We're waiting on some of this here, and here is the pitch. It is a breaking ball that is swung on and missed. Yanagita almost screws himself into the ground, and he is retired for out number 3, but all the damage comes with 2 outs. There was 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. We are now through 4 complete. It is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks for the Hiroshima Carp, nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call. The top of the 5th inning when we return. Here is our friend Steve again.
Hello, and we'll be right back to Last Reps Baseball after this brief message from me, Steve Rademacher. Thank you all for watching my channel and supporting me. Thank you all for supporting Freddie in Last Reps Baseball. He does an awesome job commentating. And to show you some more stuff that you could see on my channel, we have shiny Pokemon cards. We have Hall of Fame quarterbacks like Brett Favre. We have Bo Jackson playing baseball. That's right. That's his rookie card. Very nice. We even have gold. We have gold. We have wrestlers. That's Rowdy Piper. And yes, we even have Jason Stokes and many ways to destroy him. So now, thank you again. Back to your regular program with your host, Last Reps Baseball.
Thanks again, Steve. We appreciate you and your support of the channel, and in turn, we support Steve Rademacher. We are now moving to the top of the 5th inning, and it is going to be coming up for the Hiroshima Carp. It'll be Shogo Sakakura, Kaito Kazono, Ryuhei Matsuyama, as they will be facing the right-hander Colin Ray, who is back out for his 5th inning of work. It's been a really efficient day for the right-hander Ray. We started to say in the inning before, or a couple innings before, that Colin Ray had spent parts of seasons in the he was broke in with San Diego. He went to Miami. He was with the Cubs and the Brewers. There was a first pitch delivered to Sakakura that swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-1. Sakakura is 0 for 1 today. He has flown out to center field his first time up. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 0-2. And the first couple of years of his career with the Padres, he was a starter. There's a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to first. It is fielded neatly by the first baseman Akashi, and he steps on the bag, and that's going to retire Sakakura for the first out of the inning. Goes as a ground out to 3 for out number 1. And that is going to bring up the shortstop Kaito Kazano. And just back to Colin Ray for a little bit. He looked like it was going to be a promising career at the beginning with the Padres. And he was with them in 2015 and 2016. Then he ended up in the Marlins camp. He was traded actually by the Padres with Andrew Kashner and Tayron Guerrero. Ironically, Guerrero is in the NPB. There was a first pitch fastball that swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow center field. Moving over underneath it is Yanagamachi, and he's going to make the catch. And just like that, there's 2 up and 2 away, and that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Ryuhei Matsuyama. So it was Kashner, Ray, and Guerrero to the Marlins, and in return, the Padres ended up getting Carter Capps, Luis Castillo, Jared Cozart, and Josh Naylor. Very interesting deal for the Padres. The Padres, of course, Carter Capps ended up with the Mariners. Jared Cozart, he was a bit of a bounced around. He was with Houston and a number of teams. There was a first pitch fastball delivered to Matsuyama that misses outside for ball 1. Josh Naylor is currently with the Cleveland Indians. He's coming off that gruesome broken leg from last year where he's playing quite well. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted down the left field line, racing back and over by the stands, and he's not going to be able to make the play as the third baseman, Shuto. Shuto was running back. He was trying to be able to get there. And the ball reaches in the seats and he wasn't able to come up with it. It's just going to be a long strike for Matsuyama. I was saying in that trade, a lot of those players, at least the ones that went to the Padres, ended up being flipped again. As I say, Tayron Guerrero, interesting. He's also in the NPB right now. And then what was unique about that is that the Marlins then traded right back to the Padres for Luis Castillo, who they had sent to him in that previous trade. As a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 1-2. So a little bit bizarre. You were part of a trade for somebody, and then they traded him back to you for the same guy. So it has to make you wonder if it was always salary related, but neither of those players were commanding a big-time salary. So it was more like spreading dust around. Here comes the 1-2 offering. It is a fast able to get the ball on the right field side of second base. And he throws on the run, and that's going to retire Matsuyama on a ground out 6-3 for out number 3. So for the Carp in their half of the fifth inning, there were no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're through 4.5. It is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks for the Hiroshima Carp. Nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments. Our friend Sauce Up is in the house here. We'll come back and talk to him. He is on Twitter. We're glad you are here with us. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you, Steve. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this with the call, the bottom of the fifth inning. Welcome back, everybody. We are in the bottom of the fifth inning, and Daichi Osera's first offering to Yurizabel Graciel was a breaking ball down and away. And there he swings at a fastball, and this one is grounded hard foul just past the third base bag. A nice diving stop by the third baseman, Sakakura, but that all went for naught. That ball there struck right on the chalk line, but it bounded foul past the bag, and the count now is 1-1 on Graciel. Our friend Sauce Up Game was making some comments. He was talking about that Josh Naylor's a good player. Josh Naylor had a really gruesome injury playing right field for the Cleveland Indians last year. Of course, now they're the Guardians. And he ended up breaking his leg. He ended up missing the rest of the year. He is the oldest of the two Naylor brothers in professional baseball. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count's now 2-1 to Graciel. Naylor has a younger brother, Bo, who is also in the organization with the Indians. Last time I checked, he was in Double-A, and he is a catcher. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded foul, and the count now is 2-2. But his bat is not playing out like his older brother's is. They also have a younger brother, Noah Naylor, who is with the Canadian junior national team. And he is also considered to be one of the better draft prospects that Canada will have in the next year or two. Can't remember if he's draft eligible this year or if he's in 2023. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field. Moving back onto the warning track and looking up is the right fielder, Noma, and that ball is gone. It's a home run for Graciel. He goes the other way. A solo shot here to begin the fifth inning. That ball was a frozen rope, and it got out in a hurry the other way. Graciel has extended the lead for the Hawks to 5-0. That is going to bring up the right fielder, Akira Nakamura. I was starting to say about the younger Naylor. Noah Naylor is also in the Canadian program. He's considered one of the better bats that Canada will have in the next draft year. I believe he's 2023, so he may be next year. Sauce-Up Game also said Andrew Kashner used to be good. That's true. Kashner used to be good. I saw Andrew Kashner pitch in San Diego for the Padres. There was a first pitch breaking ball down to Nakamura, and the count is 1-0. I saw Kashner go head-to-head against Max Scherzer about 6 years ago. For the Nationals were in town, and Kashner was pitching. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. So here comes the pitch. It is another breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Nakamura. Nakamura is just waiting there. He feels that Osera may be working a little quickly. He's got himself set now. And here comes the 2-1 offering. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Osera checks the sign from his catcher, Aizawa. He's ready to go back to work. He rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is popped up into shallow center field. Racing in on it is the center fielder, Nishikawa, and he's going to make the catch. And that is going to do it for Nakamura. He is gone for out number 1 here in the 5th inning. That is going to bring up the first baseman, Kenji Akashi. So 1 away, and Akashi steps to the plate. He is officially 0 for 1. He lined into a double play his last time up. He's also walked and driven in a run. It was a bases loaded walk back in the first inning, and here comes the first offering. It's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Akashi. And here's the offering from Osera, and it's a changeup that misses down, and the count is now 2-0. We're talking about Andrew Kashner as well. Kashner used to be good, and he washed out pretty quickly. I saw Kashner pitch again in Seattle for the Texas Rangers. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 3-0. He really bounced around a lot after San Diego. He was in Miami and then Texas and Baltimore. I think his career is pretty much over. But he was a hard-throwing right-hander, a big Texas farm strong guy. Here's the 3-0 pitch. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is now 3-1 to Akashi. That was the 100th pitch of the ball game delivered by Osera. And here's the 3-1 offering. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is now 3-2. The pitching coach was on the phone to the bullpen. One would think that they'll probably roll Osera through the rest of this inning. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 3-2 to Akashi. But once this inning is over, I would anticipate that we are going to be going to the Carp bullpen with a 5-run spread. And so here comes the 3-2 pitch. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into left field. It is deep, but it looks like there's going to be playable. It's room for the left fielder Dobayashi, and he's going to make the grab, and that is going to do it for Akashi. He is gone for out number 2. And that is going to bring up the center fielder, Tetsuro Yanagamachi. So Yanagamachi is 1 for 2. He's got a single and an RBI. He is grounded back to the pitcher. There's 2 out now here in the 5th inning with nobody aboard. It is now 5-0 for the Hawks. Osera rocks into the motion and he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on it. It is popped up. It's playable. It's on the left-hand side of the infield. Moving over underneath it is the shortstop, Kazono. He makes the grab, and that is going to do it for the Carp for the Hawks in their half of the 5th inning. They got 1 run on 1 hit. It was the home run by Yerzabel Graciel. There were no errors and nobody left the board. We're now through 5 complete. It is Fukuoka 5, Hiroshima nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with our proverbial Japanese halftime in just a couple moments. We'll get you updated on all those scores after this from our friend Dave at Zero Fox Sports.
Hey, welcome back. Thanks for checking out Last Reps. We had some winners in last month's mystery pack giveaway. The names right here, and maybe here are the winners. Make sure you are following the instructions on our other video to qualify this month for a pack of mystery cards from Zero Fox Sports Cards. Thanks for checking it out. Enjoy the ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to give you the out-of-town scoreboard update here while we're in this, what we like to call the Japanese halftime. In the 5th inning, it is going to be a bit as they are out doing their cleanup around the bags. The Yokohama Dana Bay Stars and the Saitama Seabu Lions are knotted up at 0. That's in the top of the 7th inning. 0-2 and 0 for both teams. Pitchers duel going on there. Top of the 6th inning, the Amuri Giants have come back and tied it up with the Hokkaido Nippon Am Fighters. They got 2 in the top of the 5th. That score is all knotted up at 2s. Bottom of the 6th inning, the Chiba Lotte Marines and the Hanshin Tigers are also tied at 0. 0-4, 1-1 for the Tigers. 0-3 and 1 for the Marines. The Tokyo Yakult Swallows are holding a commanding 6-1 lead over the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles in the top of the 6th inning. 6-8-0 for the Swallows, 1-4-0 for the Golden Eagles. Top of the 6th, the Chinichi Dragons have a 2-0 lead over the Oryx Buffaloes. 2-4-0 for the 2-4-1 for the Dragons, 0-4-0 for Oryx. And of course, the score here is 5-0 for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks over the Hiroshima Toyo Carp. The Carp have been held to 2 hits by Colin Ray so far through the first 5 innings. The big damage was in the first as the Hawks got to Daichi Osera early. They had 3 runs on 4 hits in the inning. And that is where we're at. So now we're back to the regular action, and the first pitch to Shota Dobiashi is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Dobiashi tonight is 0-for-1. He struck out his first time up against the right-hander Ray. And here comes the offering. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded to short. It's fielded by Makihara. He throws to first. And Dobiashi has gone on a ground out 6-3 for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 away, and that will bring up the catcher Tsubasa Aizawa. Pretty economical pitching so far by Colin Ray as he's at 65 pitches through his first 5 innings of work. So Aizawa steps to the plate. He is 0-for-1 tonight. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. Aizawa flew out to right field his first time up. He is 0 for 1 on the evening. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. There's a fastball that just misses low. The count is now 2-0. The catcher, Takuya Kai, sure didn't agree because you could tell the way he received it and then held it. So 2 balls and no strikes. Ray goes back to work, delivers a fastball at the knees, and that's taken for a called strike, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Aizawa. Aizawa waggles the bat, and there is a fastball that misses inside. The count is now 3-1. Ray has exhibited pretty good control tonight. He hasn't walked the batter yet. He is behind 3-1 to Aizawa. And here comes the 3-1 pitch. It's a fastball that misses outside, and Aizawa is going to get himself the first walk of the ball game for the Carp, as he is aboard here with the top of the order coming to bat. That is going to be Takeyoshi Noma. Noma is 1 for 2 today. He's grounded to third. He singled his last time up, but was erased on a caught stealing attempt. And as far as I'm concerned, I would like to see a do-over on that one, because they did go to the replay, and I thought personally that Noma was able to get there, but maybe it was the home cooking that made that decision otherwise. So Noma steps to the plate. And here comes the first pitch from Colin Ray. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. That was a bit of a knee buckler. Not only did it buckle the knee of the batter, but it also looked like it caught the home plate umpire off guard. That was a good pitch. So no balls and 1 strike to Noma. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded softly over to second. They flip it to the shortstop, covering it second, over to first. And that's going to be an inning-ending double play. That's going to go down as a 4-6-3 double play to retire the side here in the top of the 6th inning. So for the Hiroshima Carp, there was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We are through 5.5. It is the Hiroshima Carp trailing 5-0, and that looks like it's going to be it for Daichi Osera. We will probably have a pitching change when we come back, as he is headed down the tunnel to the showers. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this from our friend Steve.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve. We'll be back in about 30 seconds with the call. At the bottom of the 6th inning, we're glad you're here. Welcome back, everybody. We have a pitching change. It's going to be Ryuya Matsumoto coming in to replace Daichi Osera as his day is done. So the right-hander Ryuya Matsumoto into the ball game. So for Matsumoto on the season, The right-hander is in his rookie year. He has appeared in 11 games, worked 12 and a third innings. He's allowed 11 hits, has conceded 6 runs, all earned, and he's got a 4.38 ERA. And the first pitch is a fastball delivered to Yukio Shudo, and that is ball 1 as it misses outside. Shudo, Kai, and Mamori here to face the right-hander in their half of the 6th inning. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 2-0. For the right-hander Matsumoto, he was drafted in the 2021 draft by the Hiroshima Carp. There's a fastball that catches the inside corner, and the count goes to 2-1. He is 22 years old. He'll be 23 after the season, or later in the season. There's a fastball that catches the inside corner, and the count now goes to 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Shudo. He was the 5th pick in the 2021 draft, or phase, by the Carp. He's getting an opportunity to pitch straight away. Here comes the 2-2. There's a fastball swung on it, is lifted into left field, but this ball is going to get down in front of Dobiashi. That's going to be a leadoff single here for Shudo in the 6th inning. And he is aboard with a single. That is Shudo's 2nd hit of the season. He's now 2 for 5. As he got the nod at third base tonight. That's going to bring up the catcher Takuya Kai. For Kai, he is 1 for 2 tonight. He doubled and scored a run his last time up, and he has also struck out tonight. So Kai steps to the dish. Ready to face the right-hander Matsumoto. So right-hander against the right-hander. And instead, Matsumoto steps off and fakes a throw over to first base. And easily getting back in time is the base runner, Shudo. We're here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And there goes the runner. Kai squares to bunt, but the runner slams on the brakes. It looked like Kai was wanting to bunt in a bunt and run situation on our hands there. He pulled back. I didn't see what the call was, but it was a ball. Takuya Kai can do a lot of interesting things. Not afraid to bunt, push, and drag. Not afraid to put the ball in play on hit and runs. We've seen that before with him. But average-wise this year, he's not had a great year at the plate. And he squares again to bunt, but he takes a fastball upstairs. The count is 2-0. Curious to see if they're going to put the brakes on Kai here or not. Or if they're going to have him square again. So 2 balls and no strikes. Matsumoto leans in. He gets the sign from his catcher. He checks the runner at first. And he fires over to first. And getting back in time is the runner, Shudo. Our friend Troy said, since he put up 20 today, I almost called that game this morning. I just about added that late in and thought, maybe I'll do the Cubs and the Reds, and I'm sure glad I didn't, because that game got ugly in a hurry. There's the pitch. The runner is off. It's a line drive. It's right back off the pitcher, and it squirts past the diving second baseman into center field, and Shudo goes all the way around to third. So they took off the bunt. They allowed Kai to swing the bat. They hit a line drive right back off of the pitcher, Matsumoto. Ball off of him, then ended up getting by the diving second baseman into center field. Shudo went sliding into second. So actually, Kai had squared the bunt, and then he slashed it, and he hit the liner right off or actually, it was right through the pitcher. It looked like it was between his arm and his chest, but it deflected off of it, ended up getting by the shortstop and second baseman. Getting all the way around to third is Shudo. And Takuya Kai has got himself a single, his 2nd hit of the ball game. That's going to put runners on the corners, and it's going to bring the top of the order Mamori to the plate. So we'll just take a moment here as they come out to check on the pitcher. So runners on the corners as the Hawks are threatening again here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So back to what Troy was saying about Cincinnati putting 20 runs up today. The Reds are started to play better baseball as of late. Looked like a complete tire fire early in the season. They had some words between Joey Votto and Rowan Wick yesterday, and then it resumed again today. Wick was giving it to him, and Votto was very theatrical about it. There's a fastball taken at the knees by Mamori, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Mamori today is officially 0 for 2. He's grounded to first, he struck out, and he has walked his last time up. So there's nobody out here in the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. Count now goes to 0-2. This would be a great spot here for a strikeout for Matsumoto if he could do it. They might not want to let this game get much more out of hand. The Carp today have not swung the bats well against Colin Ray. Ray has only allowed 2 hits in this game so far. So here comes the offering to Mamori, and that's exactly what happened. It was a fastball swung on and missed. That's a crucial strikeout there for Matsumoto as he retires Mamori for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the shortstop, Taisi Makihara, who was absolutely scorched Daisy Ochera today for a couple of hits, including a RBI double his last time up. So Makihara, 2 for 3 today. The runner at first is Kai. The runner at third is Shudo. Kai establishes his lead. Makihara has pulled his average up to .315 now on the season. He bats from the left side. And here's the first offering. It's a fastball swung on and missed. Count is 0-1. That double that he hit the last time up was absolutely blistered down the right field line. If it was 3 or 4 feet up more, it would have been into the seats. So here comes the 0-1 offering from Matsumoto. And squaring to bunt is the batter, Makihara, but getting back to third, and everything was all shut down as that ball was taken for a ball upstairs. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is to Makihara. Makihara batting from the left side. He waggles the bat. And now he rests it on his shoulder as he waits for the offering from Matsumoto. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It's grounded foul over on the first base side. It's going to run the count to 1-2. I was just thinking about the Cincinnati Reds. Some of the moves that they made in the offseason have really come back to backfire. I thought the Reds were going in the right direction, and then there were some salary dumps, some really small market moves that they made in the offseason. Basically gave Sonny Gray away for not much, offloaded Suarez and Winker to the Seattle Mariners. In return, they ended up getting Justin Dunn back, who had a bum shoulder. Ended up on the disabled list on the 60-day. There was a fastball swung on and fouled away. Count remains at 1-2. They released Shogo Akiyama, the Japanese outfielder. And basically they had to pay him the $8 million to walk away. Other moves that were at least interesting to me were they designated Aristides Aquino for assignment earlier this year. Never really liked the way they used him. He's now back up with the team. There's a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. To Makihara. It's a 5-0 Hawks lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. There's runners on the corners with 1 away. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Makihara. And he's asked for time. And the plate umpire has delivered. I don't know. It looks like there was something that had got onto the field over on the third base side. It was blowing around. So here comes the 1-2 offering from Matsumoto. He checks the sign. He comes set at the belt. And now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on. Off goes the runner, Kai. They have dropped the ball. They've absolutely botched this. They had a 1st and 3rd situation. They had thrown down to second base. The shortstop, Kazono, has dropped the ball, literally and figuratively, and that is going to get a run in. So we're going to have to get the call on this. So the first thing is it's a swing and a miss. They throw down to second. Kazono goes to catch the ball. It's in front of the base, and he drops the ball, and Takuya Kai is going to get in safely into second. He's going to get himself a stolen base, and Shuto is going to score. That's going to extend the lead to 6-0. It's now 2 away here for the Hawks, as that is Makihara is retired on strikes. That's going to bring up Yuki Yanagita. So Yanagita steps to the plate. He is 1 for 3 tonight. Matsumoto checks the runner at second, and he delivers a fastball that swung on and missed. The count is 0-1 to Yanagita. And that pretty much sums up the night for the Hawks. They had Takuya Kai probably going to nail him. They strike him out, throw him out. As it ends up turning out, what happens is they drop the ball literally and figuratively. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 1-1 to Yanagita. Because I think that Kai would have been dead at second base. And I kind of liked what they did when they threw down. They threw it, as they threw down, it was a little bit more to the right-hand side of second base. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that swung on and tap foul over on the first base side. So it looked like they weren't throwing it right to the bag, but they were throwing it where they would have had an opportunity to apply a tag on Kai. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Kai waiting on the offering from Matsumoto. He holds at the belt. He checks the runner at second. And now he kicks and fires. There's a fastball that's taken for a called 3rd strike. Yanagita is called out looking for out number 3. He's not happy. And that is going to do it here for the Hawks in their half of the 6th inning. They got a run in the inning. They pad their lead. There was a run on 2 hits. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 6 complete. It is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 6, the Hiroshima Carp nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call. At the top of the 7th inning, here is our friend Steve again.
Hey, guys, and thank you, Freddie. Steve coming back at you. That's right, Steve Rademacher. I would like to thank each and every one of you that is tuned into my channel. And today, let's do a little shout out for some other great channels you should be watching. There is WVlogs 18. There's Big D's Sports and Collectibles. You all know another Hollis build. Why not Like Father, Like Son? That's a great duo that does some great stuff. It shows some great cards. And of course, the one and only Bud Stoney, creators of One of Ones, the creator of One of Ones, and they're all signed on the back. Bud Stoney, One of One, like this beautiful Robin Yount that he made for me. He made me another Robin Yount this time a mini and a Christian Yelich mini. Great cards, and he does more than cards. We have darts of Hulk Hogan and many other things. So give them a look-see and give me another look-see. Subscribers are always welcome, and back to Freddie.
Appreciate you, Steve, and your support of our channel. And in turn, we like to support Steve Rademacher after the game. Be sure to check out his channel for all your entertainment needs. We're here now back in the top of the 7th inning. It is Colin Ray still on the mound for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. And he is going to be facing the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the Carp batting order. It's going to be Kikuchi, Nishikawa, and McBroom to face the right-hander Colin Ray. Ray has been outstanding today. In his 6 innings work, he's only allowed 2 hits and walked 1. And here's the first pitch to Kikuchi. It's taken for a called strike at the knees, and the count is no balls and 1 strike. For Kikuchi today, he is 0 for 2. He's flown up to left and grounded to short. There's a fastball swung on, and that's fouled away over on the first base side. And the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Kikuchi. Ray looks in, and he gets the sign from his catcher, Kai. Looks like they're going to start getting some action up in the bullpen. There's a ground ball that's hit right back up the middle. It just deflects off of the pitcher a bit and makes its way into center field. And Kikuchi is aboard with a leadoff single here in the 7th. That's going to bring up Ryoma Nishikawa. For Nishikawa, he comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2 today. He's grounded to second and struck out looking in his 2 plate appearances. We got Joe stopping in. Good to see you, Joe. Thank you for popping in and for your support. It's like father and like son. We have temporarily lost our feed here. We'll have to make sure that we're back up and running in just a second. Do a little check here to see what we've got, and maybe we have to go to our B feed. We haven't been having to do that lately, as our A feed has been pretty good. But it looks like we're going to have to maybe bounce into our B feed here. So stick around with us, everybody. And so here is the hitter at the plate. This is Nishikawa ready to get going. And it's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count quickly goes to 0-2. We missed a strike on Nishikawa as we temporarily had our feed down, but our feed is back up and running now. So no balls and 2 strikes. Nishikawa entered the ball game today hitting just shy of 300. He's got 5 homers and 30 RBIs. Ray holds at the belt. He kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into left field. Drifting over toward the foul line is Graciel. He's going to haul it in. And that is going to retire Nishikawa on a fly ball to left field for out number 1 here in the 7th inning. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Ryan McBroom. Curious to know how many pitches they're going to let Colin Ray get to. He's at 80 right now. I'd be interested to see if he comes back out for the 8th inning at this rate. McBroom steps to the plate. He's batting .288 on the season. He's struck out and grounded out his 2 trips to the plate. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses inside. The count is 1-0. To say I really didn't like the way that Takuya Kai received that last pitch. It was on the inside corner, but he let the glove roll over a little bit. It was a borderline pitch that I thought could have been maybe made a strike. There's a fastball that's taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Ryan McBroom. As I said before, it's the first time I've had a chance to see McBroom. He just looks the part at the plate. There's a fastball swung on its line right back to the pitcher, Ray. He has a hard time fielding it. Now his only shot is at second base, and he can't get anybody. The ball was lined right back at him, hit him in the glove. He knocked it down. He chased it over toward first base. He couldn't get to it in time to get McBroom. And then when he did pick it up, he still had a shot to get the runner going to second because he had the freeze on the line drive. And he couldn't get him either. That play was all sorts of calamity. It was knocked down, and then when he went to pick it up with his glove hand, he knocked it further away. And all you can do is laugh at something like that because it was pretty funny. And now they've got the pitching coach out on the mound to talk to McBroom. It's going to be a base hit, talk to Ray. It was a base hit for McBroom. So now they've got runners on first and second with one away, and that's going to bring up Shogo Sakakura. So for all intents and purposes, this game has been a sleeper. You certainly don't want to let the Carp get back into it now. So there's runners at first and second. There is one gone. And Shogo Sakakura stepping up to the plate. For Sakakura, he is 0 for 2 today. He's flown out to center, and he is grounded out to first. His average has dipped to 302 on the season, and here comes the first offering from Ray. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. So no balls and one strike. Ray holds at the belt. He checks the runner at second. And he kicks and delivers. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded over to second. They go to second for one. Back to first. It's an inning-ending double play. Colin Ray is getting a round of applause as he's able to induce Sakakura into that double play. It is a 4-6-3 twin killing. Retire the outs here in the seventh. So for the Hiroshima Carp in their half of the seventh inning, there were no runs on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the seventh. It is still a 6-0 ball game for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments after this from our friend Steve again.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP cheese. We have the Greek freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you, Steve, and your support of our channel. And in turn, we like to support Steve Rademacher. It is going to be the bottom of the seventh inning, and it has been all Fukuoka tonight. They are going to be ascending to the plate here in their half of the seventh. It's going to be the heart of the batting order. It's going to be Yurizabel Graciel, Akira Nakamura, and Kenji Akashi. We're going to get an update here as it looks like that the Carp may be going to the bullpen again. They are already chased Daichi Osera for the evening. We'll get you that update as soon as it becomes available. So they have got themselves, they went to the bullpen, they brought in Matsumoto, and now we're waiting to see if there has been pitching change number 2 as Matsumoto really had to work that last half inning. 6-10-1 for the Hawks, 0-3-0 for the Marines. That is how it stands. I don't know where they put the error in there for the Hawks. To go back and take a look. I don't know if we registered an error at some point there. They seem to have put that in place for sure. This would have been the matchup of the Japan series from a few years ago, these two teams, the Hawks and the Carp. And now we know what the delay is. There was a streamer that got caught up, and it looks like there's still a streamer caught up on the left field foul pole. There are more streamers floating onto the field. So it looks like it was one of their techno shows has gone wild, as they're having to run out and replace some of that stuff off of the field. It's all caught up right now on the left field foul pole. It's blowing around. There's some streamers that have come in and blown off of the top of the building, and they're all circulating around. So that's why we've got the delay in this one. It looks like that Matsumoto is going to be back on for his second inning of work. While we have the delay in the action, we'll talk a little bit about what's gone on. Yurizabel Graciel homered back in the fifth inning. It was a solo shot, his second of the year. We're talking about how there's been a bit of a power outage or a power shortage in the Pacific League this year. Graciel is one of those. The players in the lineup tonight, Mamori has 5 home runs for the Hawks and 7 for Yanagita. And after that, it's slim pickings. It's zeros and ones. It looks like they've got the debris under control, and now we're ready to go back to baseball. So here is Yurizabel Graciel to face the first pitch from Matsumoto. It's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is 1-0. So Graciel tonight, 1 for 2, a couple of runs scored and an RBI with that home run. Might be the way to jumpstart his power on the season. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. They appeal down to first base. The first base umpire said he didn't go, and the count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to the Cuban left fielder. Matsumoto holds at the belt, and now he's ready to deliver. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed. And the count goes to 2-1. Thing I'll say about Matsumoto is he's going to have to work on some of his stuff. There's not a lot of break on his breaking ball. There's not a lot of movement on his fastball. So he's better be spot on where he is going to hit his location. There's a fastball swung on and missed. The count now is 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count goes to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Graciel. Matsumoto holds at the belt, and now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on and missed. And Graciel goes down on strikes for the first out here in the 7th inning. So 1 up and 1 away. And that is going to bring up Akira Nakamura. For Nakamura, he is 2 for 3 today. He's got a couple of singles and RBI. He's also flown out to center field. So he steps to the plate, hitting from the left side against the right-hander Matsumoto. Matsumoto kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Nakamura has raised his average to 273 in the game tonight, and now he asks for time. The wind is swirling around home plate. It's causing a distraction here for the hitters. As we said to begin the inning, there was streamers that were blowing around and got themselves out of control. So here comes the 1 strike offering. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted down the left field line. It's going to be cut off by Dobayashi, rounding second and slamming on the brakes as Nakamura, and it's going to be a single Nice play by the left fielder to get over to cut that off before it got into the corner. So a long single for Nakamura. It's his third hit of the ball game. We talk about sometimes on our streams about players who really play well. One player is Takuya Kai. We always seem to have him play well. Another one is Nakamura, who is now leaving the game, as we are going to have a pinch runner for Nakamura. I'll get you that in just a moment. But definitely Nakamura is one of those ones as well who seems to put up some big numbers when we are watching his games. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Akashi. The runner is Isami Nomura. He has taken over here. Nomura is the runner at first. And here's the pitch from Matsumoto. It's a fastball that misses upstairs. And the count is now 1-1 to Akashi. The Hawks have definitely swung the bat well tonight. They have double-digit hits. They still got quite a bit to go. This is a pinch hitter, by the way. Or sorry, check that. This is Kenji Akashi at the plate, who is 0 for 2 on a walk tonight, who's got an RBI as well. And they throw over to first base, and getting back in time is the base runner Nomura. By the looks of it, they really don't skip a beat with Nomura coming into the ball game. He's having himself a decent campaign. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 3-1 to Akashi. One would have to think that Matsumoto is in here to take a bullet. As we said, they used their bullpen last night extensively, and if he can get through a couple innings of work, it'll alleviate the pressure. So 3 balls and 1 strike now to the batter Akashi, and here comes the offering from Matsumoto. And he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted up foul down the left field line. It is going to reach the temporary seating. Kazono got over there, but the ball is into the stands. That is going to run the count now to full on Akashi. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. The runner at first is Nakamura, or the pinch runner now, Nomura. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. This is lifted over to third. It's going to be playable across the diamond, and it looks like it's going to be a double play. So that is a pop out, or a looping liner that is caught by the third baseman. And that is going to erase the pinch runner on the backside, 5-3, and that'll do it here for the Hawks in their half of the 7th inning. So the Hawks had no runs, no hits. Sorry, no runs, 1 hit. There were no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 7 complete. It is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 6, the Hiroshima Carp nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a minute, and it looks like the Hawks are going to the bullpen. We'll be back with their change in just a couple moments. Hang tight, everybody. We're glad you're with us.
All I
Welcome back, everybody. It's 6-0 as we move to the top of the 8th inning. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the call. We have a pitching change coming up for the Hawks. Hang tight. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 8th inning. It is going to be Kazono, Matsuyama, and Dobayashi coming up. And there is a pitching change for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. We are going to get that for you here in just a moment. It is going to be a right-hander entering the fray. So we'll have to do a double check on that. The Hawks are turning to Fuji. He's coming into the game. We've seen him a bit this year. The former Carp is going to face his former franchise. He's been out of the league for 3 years. But he's been pitching fairly well for the Hawks this year. He is coming in to work his 17th appearance. He is 4-0 on the year. He's got a microscopic ERA of 0.54. There were a lot of changes for the Hawks defensively. We're going to have to catch that up for you as we move along, as they have emptied the benches, so to speak, as the entire outfield has been moved around. The first pitch fastball is taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1 to Kazono. Kazono is 1 for 2 tonight. He singled his first time up, and he flew out to center field. So Fuji on in relief of Colin Ray, who was outstanding tonight. There's a breaking ball that swung on and missed, and the count is now 0-2. Fuji coming in and doing what he's pretty much done all year long, and that is throwing strikes and getting batters out. So here's the 0-2 pitch now to Kazono. He kicks and he fires. It is a breaking ball, swung on and missed. And Kazono is disposed of quickly on 3 pitches, 1 up and 1 away. And that is going to bring up the DH, Yuhei Matsuyama. To say Kazono just swung right through that pitch. Wasn't even close. It was one word you use, or I like to use, is overmatched, and that was what that was. It was men and boys, as Fuji was able to dispose of Kazono. And here comes the first offering. It is a breaking ball that misses down and in. The count is 1-0 to Matsuyama. Matsuyama is 0 for 2 tonight. He has flown out to center, and he is grounded to short. He swings at a fastball and fouls that away, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, looks like the Hawks got their portion of our prediction right, but the Carp were roughed up early. Daichi Oshiro was. There's a fastball that misses off the outside corner, and the count now is 2-1. I felt, in my opinion, that this game would be a low-scoring affair. Well, for one of the teams it is. The Hawks didn't find that memo in their mailbox. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into shallow center field. Coming in hard on it is the center fielder for the Hawks, who makes the grab. That was Yanagamachi, but there has been some movement. So I'll have to get that for you in just a moment. But regardless, it is a fly out to center field. And that is going to retire the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away. And it looks like they've got the former third baseman Shudo now in center field as they're making those changes. Makihara has gone over to third. Namura is in at shortstop. And here's the first pitch to Dobayashi. That's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. So a lot of defensive changes, not necessarily players coming in and out of the ball game. Yanagamachi has moved over into left field. Tanegawara is in right, so he is new for Graciel. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-0. So lots of defensive changes. So here comes the 2-0, and there's a fastball that misses up and away. The count is 3-0. So 3 balls and no strikes to Dobayashi. And Fuji ready to go back to work. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that catches the outside corner. And the count now goes to 3-1. Fuji looking to make clean work of it here in the 8th inning. 3 balls and 1 strike to the batter Dobayashi. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball. Swung on and missed. Now the count is 3-2. Fuji looking to come all the way back. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. And here's the offering from Fuji. It's a fastball waved at and missed. And Dobayashi is down on strikes for out number 3 here in the 8th inning. For the Carp, they go quietly in their half of the 8th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're now through 7.5. It is still a 6-0 scoreline for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment after this with the call on the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's our friend Matt.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Appreciate you, Matt Hollis, and your support of our channel. And in turn, we like to support Matt. We are now cruising to the bottom of the 8th inning. We'll get you at the end of the game, the out-of-town scoreboard, as most of the games are now in the 9th inning. We'll be closing this one off as we are a little bit behind half of the games in the NPB. But we will cycle back and give you all that information once that's happening. We are now moving, as we said, to the bottom of the 8th inning. We are anticipating a pitching change for the Hiroshima Carp. Looks like they're closing up the top of the dome here. The Pepe Dome, looks like it's going to be it for the dome being open. I don't know what the weather is like in Fukuoka right now. They're anticipating some rain, but that's usually what happens when they have to close the dome up. It is a right-hander on the hill. This is Yazaki. Takuya Yazaki in the ballgame, and the first pitch delivered to Yanagamachi is down and away for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So Takuya Yazaki in the ballgame here for the Carp. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left center field. Moving over underneath it is the left fielder, Dobayashi. He makes the catch. In front of the center fielder, a little bit of confusion there, maybe. But they are able to put the batter out for out number 1, and that's going to bring up Yukio Shudo. On the season for Yazaki, this is his 11th game that he has appeared in. He is 1-0 on the season. He's pitched in 12 and a third innings coming into the ball game tonight. He's allowed 8 hits, 7 walks. He's struck out 10. So Yazaki ready to go back to work. It's a first pitch swung on. This ball is driven into the right center field gap. Digging for 2 is Shudo. Here comes the throw, but it's not going to be in time, and Shudo's got himself his second hit of the ball game. So Shudo has been very productive tonight. He is now 2 for 4. And that is going to bring up the catcher, Takuya Kai. So Shudo on the season is now 3 for 6. He entered the game at 1 for 2, and he just continues to swing the bat and hit the ball. So Yazaki ready to go back to work. As Takuya Kai steps in at the plate, Kai today is 2 for 3. He's got a double, a single. He's also got a stolen base. And he takes a first pitch breaking ball down. The count is 1-0. Kai has raised his season average up to 192. And his last at bat, he hit a line drive right back through the pitcher. He also picked himself up a stolen base in the first and third scenario. So Yazaki delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-1. So the runner at second is Shudo. There's one away here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Takuya Kai has got a 2-0 count on him here now. Yazaki holds at the chest, and now he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted down the left field line. If it stays fair, it's trouble, but it is going to hook foul into the seats. Takuya Kai sent it a long way. He absolutely turned on that and scorched it. That's going to run the count to 2-1. He's not a big fella, Kai, but he can pack a punch from time to time. As I said, there's certain players that when we watch games, they really perform well. I don't know what he does the rest of the time, but certainly in this situation, Kai is, when we're watching, usually doing pretty good. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike it is. Yazaki is ready to go back to work. He gets the sign from his catcher, Aizawa, and he comes sent at the chest. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses up and in, and that is going to be a walk to Kai. It's going to put runners at first and second, and it's going to bring up the top of the order, Masaki Momori. We'll do a little double check here to make sure that we've got all our stuff in the right spot. We had Momori still in the ball game, but that may be changed because there were a number of them. Actually, Momori still is. The few players that hasn't moved around in the field, it'll be Makihara coming up next, as he's gone from shortstop to third base. Looks like they're going to get a steady diet of Fuji in the 9th. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and missed. So they called foul ball on that one there. I don't know if it was or not, but the catcher didn't hang on, and that suits everything okay with us as the count is quickly 0-1 to Momori. Momori today is 0 for 3. He's drawn himself a walk. He struck out twice. He's grounded to first. And here comes the pitch from Yazaki. It's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. When I watch this right-hander pitch, everything that he does is moving fast. His whole lower half, his upper body. Sometimes there's guys, when they pitch, everything comes flying at you, and this is one of those guys. So here's the 1-1 pitch, and it is a fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats, and the count is going to remain at 1-2 to Momori. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're here in the bottom of the 8th inning. There's 2 Hawks on. There is 1 away. They have themselves a healthy 6-0 lead. And here comes the 1-2. It's a fastball. It's taken for a called 3rd strike. Momori has gone down for the 3rd time today via strikes. Twice swinging and now once looking. He has gone for out number 2, and that is going to leave it all up to the 3rd baseman, Taisi Makihara. So as Momori has been basically clueless at the plate today, Makihara comes to the plate. He is 2 for 4. He's got a single, a double, surrounded by a couple of strikeouts. He's also scored a run and knocked a run in. So Makihara steps up to the plate with runners at 1st and 2nd. He's raised his average up to .312 on the year, and he takes a first pitch fastball for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Makihara. Right-hander against the left-hander. Yazaki holds at the chest. And now he kicks and fires. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Makihara. As a reminder, after the conclusion of this one, we'll give you that out-of-town scoreboard and then wrap it up for the evening. So here comes the 1-1 offering from Yazaki. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down and in. The count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Yazaki gets the sign from his catcher. Now he comes set at the chest. And he kicks and fires. It is a split finger pitch that's swung on and fouled off into the feet of Makihara. He did that earlier where he fouled one off his knee. Runs the count to 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here comes the offering. It is a fastball swung on. It's going to be looped into center field. It's going to get down in front of the center fielder, but that's going to get a run in as the runner Shuto is going to score from second base. It's going to pad the lead to 7-0. An RBI single by Makihara. He picks himself up his 3rd hit and 2nd RBI of the ball game. Shuto comes around to score. Takuya Kai is going to stop at 2nd. And the threat is not over yet here as they are looking to put on another run onto the board are the Hawks. So runners at 1st and 2nd. And that's going to bring up Yuki Yanagita. And the first pitch to him is a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into right field. It's going to get down, coming up and throwing to the plate. We have a play at the plate, and that is going to nail Takuya Kai. It's going to be a putout, 9-2. A great throw by the right fielder, Noma. As Yanagita is going to get himself a single, but it is going to erase Kai on a 9-2 putout to end the innings. So for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks and their half of the 8th, they had 1 run on 3 hits. There was no errors and 2 runners left aboard. We're now through 8 complete. It is the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks 7, the Hiroshima Carp nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment with the top of the 9th. We're glad you're with us. And here is our friend Dave again. And again.
Hey, welcome back. Thanks for checking out Last Reps. We had some winners in last month's mystery pack giveaway. The names right here, and maybe here are the winners. Make sure you are following the instructions on our other video to qualify this month for a pack of mystery cards from Zero Fox Sports Cards. Thanks for checking it out. Enjoy the ball game. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the game in Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave, Zero Fox Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the ninth inning, and Fuji is back in for his second inning of work for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. There are a couple of changes defensively for the Hawks, but as we say that we will have to get some of those for you later. One of the defensive changes is the third baseman Makihara is done for the night. And he leaves the game with 3 hits and a couple RBIs. A great night for him. Isabel Graciel is done for his work tonight as he has come out of the ball game. So it's going to be slated to come to bat the 9-1-2 hitters in the order. It's going to be Aizawa, Noma, and Kikuchi. He faced the right-hander Fuji. And here comes the first offering to Aizawa. It is a fastball that misses outside. The count is 1-0. Aizawa has 0 for 1 today. He has flown to right, and he has walked his 2 trips to the plate. And here comes the offering from the right-hander Fuji. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. So far in this game, I know there's been a couple of plays that have been erased. But really, between Colin Ray and the relievers, they've only faced a couple of over the minimum. 2 batters over the minimum so far. And there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-2. There was a caught stealing and a double play that has shortened that up. They have had some base runners. We've got 4 hits in the books and 1 walk so far for the Carp today. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Carp are down to their last bats here in the top of the 9th inning. Fuji ready to deliver. He kicks and he fires. There's a fastball swung on it, missed. And Aizawa is gone for out number 1 here in the 9th inning, and that's going to bring up the top of the order, Takeyoshi Noma. For Noma today, he has got one of the 3 hits. He singled in the 3rd. He's grounded into a double play, and he is grounded out to 3rd. But what I will say is that the play in the last inning, he's made a couple of nice defensive plays. That throw to nail the runner, Takuya Kai, trying to score, was a really great play by him. He also, earlier in the game, when he played the outfield wall, he took a ball off the wall, played it on with his bare hand, and made a great throw back into the infield to keep a runner from advancing an extra base. So that first pitch missed. It was ball 1 to Noma. So here's the 1-0 pitch, and there's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 1-1. We don't get a chance to see the Carp too often. So here's the 1-1 pitch. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 2-1. But we will see him again tomorrow night as we're going to do game 2 of this series. The Carp and the Hawks are going head-to-head for their second game of the 3-game set. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and that's going to reach the seats. The count is 2-2. As a reminder, that's going to be at 10 o'clock Pacific or 1 a.m. Eastern. So basically, in another 15 hours, we'll be back in the saddle doing these same two teams again. So Fuji holds at the chest, and now he's ready to go. He kicks and fires. It's a fastball swung on. It's going to reach the seats beyond the third base dugout. The count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses inside. The count is now 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. And here's the 3-2 offering from Fuji. It's a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to second. It's backhanded by the second baseman, Omori. He throws to first, and that is going to retire Noma on a ground out 4-3 for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to leave it all up to Ryosuke Kikuchi. It was a really, really nice play. And as I said, we have some defensive changes, so it looks like that Momori is out of the ball game. We would have to give you the... Well, it actually is still Momori in the ball game. A little different to us. It's Kavesi who is over at third. And the shortstop is Isami Nomura, so that's where some of the changes have been made. There's a first pitch fastball that misses low to Kikuchi, and the count is 1-0. For Kikuchi today, he is 1 for 3. He singled his last trip to the plate. He's also grounded out and flown out. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is now 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Kikuchi. Fuji is looking to close it off here in the 9th inning for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 3-0. He's retired all 5 batters that he's faced since he's come into the game, and he just needs this elusive third one to end the ball game. So here comes the offering from Fuji. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. One would think that Fuji's going to give Kikuchi something good to hit here. Here's the 3-1 offering. There's a fastball that just misses down and away. Boy, oh boy, I'm not sure what the home plate umpire is thinking. You got a 7-0 lead here, and that pitch is a borderline pitch on the outside corner, but that's going to be ball 4. Apparently, he wants this game to continue. Maybe the Hawks want the game to continue too if they're still selling stuff at the concessions. So Nishikawa is 0 for 3 tonight, and that's who comes to the plate. He has grounded out, he has struck out looking, and he has flown to left. So Nishikawa steps up here. And here comes the first offering from Fuji. He kicks and he delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike it is to the left-handed hitting Nishikawa. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-1. All of a sudden, the home plate umpire decides he wants to squeeze the pitcher a bit. God, it's a 7-0 ball game in the 9th inning, and the borderline pitches have gone away. So here comes Fuji. And I'm not saying this, and I'm not a Hawk or a Carp fan. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, but I'm a fan of baseball, and when you're down by a touchdown and an extra point, comes some game management, some common sense that has to be applied. Right now, I'm not sure that that is happening either way. So 1-2 strikes it is to Nishikawa. They're now down to their final strike are the Carp. And Fuji holds at the chest. And here he kicks and delivers it again. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and that's going to keep the count at 1-2. It'll be a busy couple of days as we are going to call the Hanshin Tiger game on Sunday. Or in North American time, it'll be 10 o'clock Pacific or 1 a.m. Eastern on that Sunday. And here's the 1-2. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined down the left field line, but it's just going to go foul. It's going to bounce into the temporary seating, and it's going to extend the at-bat for Nishikawa. The count is still 1-2. Now, if I was Fuji in this situation, I want to throw something off speed, throwing something, not a breaking ball, but a potential for a changeup here. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. And there is a split finger pitch that misses in the dirt, and the count is now 2-2. Should Nishikawa get on, it'll be Ryan McBroom's turn to hit again. So 2-2 strikes. As we approach the 9 o'clock hour in Japan time. So Fuji checks the runner at first. He comes set at the chest. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on and missed. And that is going to do it here for the Carp in their half of the 9th inning. So the Carp, there was no runs, no hits. There was no errors, and they strand one aboard. Your final score from Fukuoka, it is a 7-0 ball game for the Hawks over the Carp. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a minute with the out-of-town scoreboard and wrap this baby up. But we appreciate you all listening, whether you're live or on delay. Hang tight. Welcome back, everybody. It is time to update you on the Uptown scoreboard. We have a number of finals around the NPB. This one just wrapped up. The Yokohama Dada Bay Stars knocked off the Saitama Cebu Lions 1-0. It was 1-4-0 for Yokohama, 0-3-0 for the Lions. It was Onuki getting the win. He goes to 3-2 for the Bay Stars. Takahashi takes the loss. He's 4-4. Yamazaki got his 8th save of the year. Your final score, Bay Stars 1, Lions 0. The Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters knocked off the Yomiuri Giants 3-2 today. 2 runs in the 3rd by the Fighters, 2 in the 5th by the Giants, and then the Fighters added 1 in the bottom of the 8th. Final score 3-2. 3-7-1 for the Fighters, 2-3-0 for the Giants. Wasawa got the win for the Fighters. He's 4-4. Soshi Togo takes the loss. He's 5-3. Asama hit his 3rd homer of the year for the Fighters. The final from Chiba, the Hanshin Tigers knocked off the Chiba Lotte Marines 1-0. 1-6-1 for the Tigers, 0-5-0 for the Marines. Wilkerson picks up the win. He goes to 4-2 for the Tigers. Masuda takes the loss. He drops to 0-1. He gave up that run in the 9th inning. Iwazaki gets his 8th save for the Tigers. And the run was a home run by Sato, his 11th of the year. That came in the top of the 9th inning. It was over early between the Swallows and the Eagles as the Yakult Swallows Got one in the first, 4 in the second, one more in the fourth, and then they cruised to victory 8-1 over the Tohoku Rocket and Golden Eagles. 8-10-1 for the Swallows, 1-4-0 for the Golden Eagles. It was Takahashi getting the win. He's 4-1. It was Takanaka who takes the loss. He drops to 1-4. Shiomi hit 3 homers tonight for the Swallows. Gives him 8 on the season. Hamada had a home run. He had 3. Your other game that's still underway is the Chinichi Dragons are ahead of the Oryx Buffaloes. That's in the bottom of the 9th inning. 4-13-1 for Chinichi, 0-5-1 for the Buffaloes. That game is still underway. And then your final score from Fukuoka, the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks, behind the pitching of Colin Ray, knocked off the Hiroshima Carp 7-0. 7-14-1 for the Hawks, 0-3-0 for the Carp. Ichio Serra takes the loss. He drops to 5-2 on the season. Colin Ray improves his record to 3-2, as he was absolutely brilliant tonight. Home runs in the ball game. Your Rizabel Graciel knocked out his second. The only one that was there. All right, everybody. Well, once again, you've listened to another Last Rounds Baseball video production. We hope you enjoyed the game tonight, whether you listened live or on delay. We appreciate everybody being here. We'll be back again tomorrow or later today if you're in North America for the call of the ball game Sunday Japanese time. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back again tomorrow. We're glad you're with us tonight. Have a great day.